Anyway,
All right.
enough
Now that
about
we're all here.
my testes.
All right. So, well, we didn't have some people here last session. So who wants to recap what went down?
Was I a part of the last session? I think I was.
You were, as you can see from the session 14 log, very, very drunk and recovering.
I got this. So,
Okay.
Mr. Smith was busy recovering from a night with an overly robust dominatrix. Larry was just a fucking drunken mess. So we went to an industrial estate in Crawley, as you do, and posed as street workers to infiltrate the like a paramilitary style compound operated by the people who were running Lazarus. Oh no, Lazarus itself for the company. Yeah, so we infiltrated that.
Yeah.
We were looking for the human trafficking Magaba. And Trip went in, I think, and is it Trip? No,
Jade.
Shade went in, and Trip and Grubs just dug holes and looked busy. We had some entertaining run-ins with the guards who didn't like us, and Doc managed to drug one of them out of his mind, and then the other guy got really panicked and drove off to get him to a med bay, and that was all a bit of a mess. And then Shade got back, and then the two Lazarus patrols came back to get us because they were pretty suspicious because one of them got really sick when they came to find us. So we fucking jumped them and totally nailed them. There was missiles involved. We used the truck cannon, and then we fucking booked it and left a fucking wake of destruction behind us. And I think we got some corpses and made some money.
Yeah, fairly succinct. Yeah, basically. Fuck's sake, Larry.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you have so you've come back to the Four Roses. You have, by this point, you basically spent the entire day sort of digging and sort of infiltrating.
We got literally nothing done, which means we must have clearly taken an entire day to do it.
Well, no, you got some.
Well, I meant from the workman perspective. You know, we spent an entire day doing roadworks and got
Oh,
nothing.
right. Yeah.
Perfect disguise.
Yeah.
It looked exactly the same as when we left and we arrived and the progress made.
But with
If
more
anything,
missile
it's
holes.
worse.
And bodies and blood.
Yeah, you got.
Oh yes, well blood.
So yes, you guys have rendezvoused back at the Four Roses. You have met back up with Mr. Smith and Larry, and I'm assuming have filled them in on your venture so far.
Oh yeah, I discovered so many new uses for glue.
Yeah, where are you going from here?
Good question.
What sort of information did I find?
A massive information dump, wasn't he?
Sorry?
Shade fucking nailed his hacking thing to steal like an entire shitload of information out of Lazarus.
Yes, so you did find. Yeah, so you did find. Oh yeah, that was right because you did some shit, didn't you?
Rolled 35 on his fucking hack.
That was it. So you found. You found the Tidworth security details, and because it was still at. You were still under time pressure, so you didn't manage to get everything, but you were basically looking for anything really important sounding. You found something called Project Alder. So yeah, going over the Tidworth security details first, you find the details of his security attachment that are guarding his are his personal guards. And you basically find that he has a lot of cover. He has at least 2 armored Humvees accompanying his armored company car at any time on the road. He also has an APC, which is always stationed nearby, fully kitted out with all the necessary soldiers and so on, and weapons, guards, technical equipment, anti-jamming devices, and so on. and they are also has some details of his London mansion, in which you find references to a party he will be holding in about a week's time. Well, in about 5 days' time, and you see that this there are references to risk assessments, and one of the risk assessments mentioning how some of the people coming aren't on any sort of vetted like VIP list, so there might be some sort of slightly unknowns coming there. It basically just goes over boring details of like who's rostered when and who's rostered on what teams and so on. But yeah, that's the majority of what you managed to find from the security details. Project Alder, what you find on in there, it didn't have loads of operations, loads of details. You can see just lots of scans of what look like very old school sort of paper files with lots of, like the black sort of blacked out strips with redacted and shit written over
strips,
everywhere. But you basically find some reference to you get the gist that it's some sort of scientific research facility, probably doing something rather illegal because they're being very secretive, and it references test subjects, but it has the language left in is very vague.
It's good that they bothered to write it down if they're doing evil shit.
I do wonder why, when you see the documents that are redacted to the point where there's like 10 words a page, why don't you just fucking delete it? Like, what's the point of keeping it?
Yeah, I think but it makes very good tropes.
Yeah, and because you've got an unredacted version somewhere.
Yeah, it's actually to maintain continuity of page numbers.
You do see references to the English, to some sort of research facility in the English Channel.
In the channel?
In the English Channel.
Quick question. In Cyberpunk, how stagnant is the English Channel? I'm kind of imagining it's full of pollution and just like, you could walk across the top of it if you keep moving. But
yeah, so whilst it is incredibly polluted, don't get me wrong.
It is still liquid.
It is still liquid. It is... climate has gone slightly out of control, so there is... whilst there isn't like ice ages or anything like that, the seas are noticeably more sort of rough than they have been in sort of our times. And so sort of like casual sort of boating and casual sort of like recreational sailing aren't so much a thing anymore. And so the seas are very much reserved for sort of commercial vessels, military, and pirates.
We could totally become pirates.
But yeah, so that's basically the most you got from that. It makes references to illicit scientific research, mentioning test subjects with with sort of varying degrees of success, and references to some sort of primary research base in the English Channel. And it gives coordinates.
Ooh. Can we find out where these coordinates are?
Yes. They are in the English Channel. I'm not going to...
I don't know what I expected.
Dude, it's in there. But you'd be able to navigate there if you had... I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to navigate there, but you know where on a map it is.
Nah, you need Scug for that.
Who's this Scug?
He's a legendary admiral.
Ah, excellent.
Of a fantasy series.
We should hire him.
Fortunately, it's a fantasy series. It's not real.
Oh, he's a dominatrix kind of thing. I got you.
Sure.
So yeah, so that's the information you managed to glean from that. Yeah, and the only loot you really took from the security guards, I think we went through that last time. But it was basically the varying amounts of body bits because you blew those fuckers up. A little bit of I think you managed to salvage one probably decent set of uniform and body armor.
I've noted down we've got 2 assault rifles, 1 set of military grade body armor, 1 set of military fatigues labelled as Lazaret's paramilitary corps, and 2 cyber arms with real skin and flesh leaf.
Oh
Did I
yeah,
take the body armor? Or did someone else take it? I can't remember.
No, the body armor is currently in the truck.
Ah.
I think it's one of the. I think we established it's body armor's great, but it is also one of those things where if you wander around all the time in body armor, people will look at you really odd.
yeah. This is military grade, so it's like bulky as fuck. Like people will know you are wearing a flak jacket. You're not like hiding it, but it is very protected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean if you wander around with like ceramic plates strapped to your chest, it's going to look pretty obvious.
Yeah, I'm okay with that though. Trip is buff as fuck, mate.
All right. So Doc grabs have idea for a party, no? We think.
No.
You had me at party.
Do they need a DJ?
Exactly. So Shade, you get on the line, and you start how you say hype train for next hit thing, DJ Big Russian.
Okay.
Mr. Smith, we use your. We start. Idea that the best person to have a party for DJ is me. Yes.
Yeah, sure, you can DJ. Yeah, I ain't got no issue with that. Question: am I allowed to invite my
Cat. No.
associates?
Yes.
No overly robust dominatrix. No.
So that's a no. Okay.
Can I build the lighting and laser show?
We're gonna have real good party.
Because I feel like I could build a fucking amazing light show.
Oh, everybody's gonna be blind by the end of it.
Mate,
They will have seen the face of God.
if they're only blind, I'll be disappointed.
I want laser show with lasers that also double up as guns.
Yep.
And machines that makes poison smoke when required. And make sure it all go bang when we press the big red button.
Yeah, I was wondering when the explosives were going to come into this.
Hits, fucking drops the bass and the corpses of everybody in the building.
Boom, bitch.
Let's do this. So Ed can Trip
Yep.
immediately go out and buy everything he needs to make a fucking amazing light and sound system.
So you're just sort of like balls in this, like, yeah, no, we'll definitely get the booking, and you're just sort of like just going for it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm going. I
Okay.
want to buy build a speaker system that's so loud. If I turned it up to full volume, people's teeth would shatter.
I don't think that would get past health and safety, but yeah, you could
I had
definitely find some like
Can I make sure
worthy,
that whatever
like,
he does makes it
speakers
past
and-
health and safety?
and like pyrotechnics and light show sort of gear.
Hey, Lottie, I have a special idea.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking about cover for everybody. I really DJ Big Russian. Yes, Shade and Trip, they be technicians. They're easy. Mr. Smith is obviously manager with dodgy suit. I think you be MC.
MC Larry.
My favourite part about that sentence is that I'm not sure anyone knows what an MC is.
A master of ceremonies.
You gotta say it with a bit more like, pizzazz, but yes.
Yo!
If I've learned one thing from the people in this Discord group. It's the only way to spell MC is EMCEE.
I mean,
Sorry.
Looking at you, Shade.
yeah. So yeah, you can buy. So how big of a venue are you looking to buy lights for?
I mean,
Like,
how big is the mansion? I guess.
I mean, you don't know.
Well, we
I mean,
best
actually,
start
no.
there.
Actually, no. That's not true. You do know the security details.
We got a week to prepare for this shit.
So you do know, in the sort of security dossiers, you do see the entertainment is already listed, or listed under some of their risk assessments, and the main act they have is a kind of like classical quartet that they've got going. This seems like a fairly fancy affair.
So, who
Could
wants
we?
to go with Doc Grubbs to murder the classical quartet?
I was going to suggest that maybe Mr. Smith could just book every other available act
I can do
through
that.
his company for some sort of weird high society gala thing.
I can host a team building activity. You know, it is mandatory.
Were you trying to do so? Sorry, so you're trying to
Look up
So-
everyone else.
Yeah, essentially try and book up everything else that is, well, because obviously, you know, there's going to be a lot, so presumably we just want to book up stuff that is, like, of a certain caliber, I suppose.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not certain how to best phrase that, but, you know, I'm not going to book up, like, Bozo the Clown, but, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, I don't know how feasible that is.
Let's find out. Do you want to roll me some resources?
Yes. Don't go. No is the...
So you get on the horn to Bob, Massachusetts.
good old Bob.
And he basically just goes, "You want what? No, that is not in the budget. This is, I mean, you're breaking my balls here, Miss Smith, fucking Smith. We're coming up to the final. We're coming up to the end of this quarter. GM's on my balls, and you're on my balls, busting my balls, and my
All right,
balls don't need any more
I get
busting,
it,
Smith."
Bob. We'll get off your balls. I'm sorry. We'll do team building after the end of the fiscal quarter. You know how it is. Ugh.
Fine, but
Yeah, we're gonna improve morale. You know, yeah. I'll think about it and I'll come back to you. Don't you worry. Okay.
maybe we'll do something a bit more low key. Get some I don't know, some paintballing or something.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe just like one free drink in the break room after work one day. Mandatory attendance for about 2 hours.
I was thinking, yeah, like that, and like a 5 EB gift card for Starbucks.
I mean, one or the other, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll hang up the phone and turn to Dr. Robs and say, "Yeah, I can't help with that." As it turns out, it's a no from me.
All right. So whilst you guys are thinking, so Shade, Shade, Trip. So going out and buying sound equipment. Yeah, I'm thinking to get like professional level sound equipment and like light shows and stuff like that. I'm assuming you're going to be like cutting costs by putting it all together yourself. Is that right? Yeah. So you're basically just buying the main just components. So for like for the bottom end of what you think is going to be good, I would probably say 7,500.
We haven't got that much money. Well, can I rent equipment for less?
I mean, you hit up some of the local sort of electronics and electronics places, and there's not so much equipment that they would just lease out to people. Venues tend to have their own equipment, and
Could I build it?
high-end bands have their own.
So
Sorry?
not just buy like speakers and stuff, but like build it from scratch.
Okay. So if
What's
you're
the-
going to do that, that's basically going to be all of your. I'm going to say that's probably going to be basically all of your prep time in the next five days,
Yeah.
and that will only cost in raw materials, because you're still going to need some of the basic components, like 2,000.
Okay. I'm gonna message Doc Grubbs and ask if I can borrow €800.
Your Grubbs is going to approve without questioning.
Excellent.
Okay. So now you've got some electronics rolls.
I do. I also now have €40 so I can get myself a sandwich.
Yeah. So can you roll me some? I'm gonna say but let's just go. But yeah, we're just building it, so let's go electronics.
Electronics.
You can do me 3 rolls.
Okay.
Hi.
Say what?
Okay. Yeah.
And then this last one's gonna have some luck in it. Wait.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, you actually, over the course of 5 days, you do actually manage to make what you, in your humble opinion, think is a pretty baller setup. Like you've got like a bit. You created some kind of you've repurposed a trailer. And that is basically where like the bulk of the sound stage, where like the DJ setup is, and then you've just got speakers that attach onto the sides of that, and that can be sort of detached off and placed at different places. You've got like 4 big old speakers that you've got, or like sound walls, and then you've also got like a main sort of light bar and sort of effects bar that goes over the top with like lasers and lights and like dry ice that can come out from underneath the trailer. And you've also got different like lighting pods that you can place around sort of a venue and sort of like hook up to your setup. What I want you, either you or anyone else who you want to help out, kind of think we need to sort of program it. Like I guess kind of in the electronics role actually. Yeah, no, I'm going to say it is sort of actually. Can you roll me a perform check? Empathy. So I just want to see how good you make, because anyone can make it technically. I want to see how like cool it is.
Yeah, it's like, wow, it's really technically impressive. Yeah, thanks. Boring as shit, but I'm impressed.
Perform
Under
Let's see
empathy.
what empathy stat is first. Oh, it's okay.
Like top left.
It's a 7 overall. I'm pretty confident with that. I'm gonna put my last 2 points of luck into it though. 18.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. Like everyone's like, yeah, when you unveil it to everyone, like they're like fit, like they are impressed. Like you've got like different like settings and different like modes and things like that. It like responds to music, so it will like, you don't have to like manually sort of look after it quite so much. It will just sort of like go off some sort of pre-made sort of like programs. But yeah, no, you've made a pretty baller ass like soundstage trailer setup.
Whilst this is going on, I'm going to have a quiet word with Doc Grubbs and say that if this all falls apart, Joe just got on the road as DJ. Because we got this.
So yeah, whilst Trip's been spending 5 days doing that, What's everyone else doing?
Trying to get this gig
Oh,
somehow.
Can I use some fixer skill to?
Yeah, so roll me some street deal.
I've lost time. Oh, there it is. Oh man. Okay.
Hey.
Damn, fucking Larry's street deal is good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you actually you're thinking like, oh, okay, this is like a fairly high class setup. So you're actually thinking fairly logically. You phone up your good buddy Samson. You know has a lot of ties to this sort of like the more upper class world.
And Larry just combs his hair and then goes dabbling in the upper classes.
Yeah, so that's what you know. Samson has like a lot of ties in there, and he seems to know a lot of people. So he
They call me Slick Larry.
call me Slick Larry.
That's just because he's really greasy, though.
No.
So Samson
Greasy, they
comes
call
back.
Greasy Larry.
Yeah, you've left a message with Samson about to like if he had any leads on like how to get the booking for this party. He basically comes back to you and goes like, okay, mate. Yeah, that's really weird. Are you starting a band now or what? Never mind. Don't worry. Yeah, I think I know the guy who's like planning this event, or like doing at least the entertainment side of things. I'll give you his number, and you get the number for a gentleman by the name of Walter Rains.
Ooh.
And he basically sends you through like a chap of a. All you know is Walter Rains. He's sort of like a party planner / talent sort of agent
/ chap.
/ chap. But yeah, so you have his details if you wanted to get in contact.
Okay.
Walter Rains hates Pizza Hut. Absolutely despises it.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a staunch Domino's man.
Alright. We won't be talking Pizza Hut then.
It's all about that garlic dip.
I guess we're getting in touch with him.
Yeah, you just sort of
Mr. Smith should probably get in touch with him actually.
I mean, is Larry, scoring me up with somebody, or am I too busy trying to get Bob to fund a?
I think, I mean, the resources didn't take you very long to just get a flat no. I don't think you put in loads of effort to that. I think if you had succeeded, and you would have to spend a while sort of like organizing and booking, but you just didn't get the backing to go ahead with any of that. So
Alright, but I want to know I'm sulking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can help Larry, I suppose. I can be his way into the upper classes.
Okay.
Or his upper class consultant, so I'm whispering in his ear what he needs to say. From an earpiece hiding in a bush. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So you guys...
That was definitely Ed's like, yeah, sure.
My name
Whatever.
is Larry.
Stop making so much eye contact. No, wait, more eye contact. No, less.
So you phoning him up or meeting this guy in person?
You gotta meet him in person.
We're gonna meet him in Burton.
Okay, yeah. So with the contact information Samson gave you, you also know sort of the location of his talent agency that he sort of privately runs as sort of on the side. And yeah, you just sort of come in one day. It is sort of off a slightly less busy road. It's not like out in the boonies nowhere, but he's clearly sort of fairly well-to-do. You come in this beautiful sort of office, very well appointed. You come up to the receptionist, and you mention how you want to see Mr. Rains, but you don't have an appointment. Can either of you roll me persuasion and fast talk to try and get yourself past the receptionist?
Allow me.
Okay. So basically, Larry comes up and goes like, "We want to see him." And then
All right, sugar tits. I want to see him.
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Where's Wally?
Where's Wally?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, Mr. Smith does a better job of sort of schmoozing the whole thing, basically promising that he's got a very exciting business opportunity for a hot new act that he thinks that Walter just has to see. He'd be perfect for his agency. And the receptionist is, I mean, is quite sort of impressed by your sort of by the display here. She's, I mean, you look quite official. You've got a suit on. You're talking very, very sort of quickly, and she just she's not paid enough to deal with this, so she just kind of sort of phones through to Mr. Rains. There's two gentlemen here to see you, and she leads you through to a waiting room. And after a while waiting, eventually a sort of a portly guy in a overly expensive suit comes out, and who you guess to be Mr. Rains. He comes over to you and he goes, okay, all right, what's this about you guys having like the next fucking Madonna or whatever? What's this?
Go on, Larry. I'll sanitize you, but go on.
I don't know what to say.
Yes.
Yes.
All right then, who is it?
Big Russian DJ.
Okay.
Tell him about the club he was playing in.
DJ Big Russian plays in club. Big club, good club.
What clubs he work in? What clubs he's been working?
Does he work in?
That's a good fucking question.
Oh!
You,
Good one.
you. Okay, let me. How can I do
Club Lush!
Club Lush, yeah.
Club Lush, Club Lush. Yes.
this? Yeah. Okay. I was going to
God,
make
for
you roll
session
something,
notes.
but damn, sort of ruined it. Never mind. Yeah. So he's like, all right. Shit, Lush. Okay, that's
Club
pretty
Lush.
high end there. I'm surprised I haven't heard of him. What sort of music he do?
Real good music.
Remix.
What's your favourite
Trance.
kind of music? Let me ask you a question. What's your favourite kind of music?
Country and western. Nope.
He does great remixes.
Oh, fuck.
I like this guy.
It's like... It's good shit.
Okay.
Real hit.
All right, Larry, roll me some persuasion and fast talk.
Oh god.
Okay. All right. He basically he comes to you. He sort of thinks it over as you're doing such an amazing job of selling it, and he basically goes, fuck. I mean, I've got a lot of shit on my plate. I've got a big event coming up soon, but I mean, fine. Yeah, he can come over and audition.
No, we don't want auditions, mate. We want solid offers.
All right. Does he have a mixtape? Does he have a CD? Does he have an album? Does he have a
CD.
music video?
Yep.
All right. Could I see
Oh,
it?
we're fucked.
Where's the others at this point?
Sorry?
Is there any way that
It's
fucking...
just you and Mr. Smith.
Is there any way that Shay can, like, get something across to us, like, electronically?
I
Mate,
mean, if only
I'm-
we had
I'm-
phones.
He's looking at his watch.
I do have a phone.
You do,
Yeah.
but you are speaking directly to his
Yeah.
face.
No, I'll just say, I don't have one on me. Give me 10 seconds, talk to...
Can I
Might
can I
be
try and
into-
like kind of just cut in and be like, look, DJ Big Russian, given his name, I'll let you guess where he's really very very popular. Yeah, that's right, Poland actually, weirdly enough. Don't know about that. Anyway, we're more than happy to get you some of his.
While Mr. Smith's making these discussions, I'm going to get on the phone quickly to Shade and get him to get something across to us.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, there's probably lots of videos of him in Club Lush because that was a hell of a night.
I mean,
Good point.
you could probably find some sort of footage on sort of local social media.
Yeah, you sort out those interwebs, and I'll talk business with the man.
All right, so okay, so Larry's on the phone to Shade.
Yeah.
I'm looking at us, come on.
Shade's just been sort of like hanging out, sort of helping out Trip a little bit with the.
Sorry. Shade like gets a phone call, just busy throwing rocks at a wall. Like, what? I'm busy.
It's got tennis balls just like bouncing against the wall myself.
I don't know, Larry. I'm pretty busy today.
Sitting in an alley just sharpening knives for no reason.
I mean,
Oh God.
okay, so yeah, so what are you asking of Shade?
I just need some evidence or some. I don't know,
Okay.
like either footage of Doc Grubbs or like you say, a mixtape or anything.
Play him the Beach Boys remix.
All right, what Shade? Okay, then Shade, what are you gonna do then? How are you gonna go about it?
I guess.
Use your computers.
Could I make a quick compilation of stuff from social media?
Okay, yeah. You're gonna. So yeah, you basically take a frantic dive into the net, and can you roll me?
Is it AV Tech by any chance?
It would not be, no. How much have you got in AV Tech?
Nothing. I have nothing in it. I just thought AV Tech makes the most sense. Audio visual
No,
tech.
I'm going to say this. With you trying to get onto social media, just like basically get into loads of people's social medias, download videos, and just like find everything as quick as possible. That will be an interface role for now.
Okay.
That's going to be the first role.
AV tech's like
Oh, dang.
Aerodyne vehicles, by the way.
Okay. I just sort of assumed it would just be audio visual stuff.
Oh, no, it will be. Actually, with that interface... So what you actually
Fucking
managed to find with that interface role, you managed to find someone who is actually... you find initially a bunch of people's like social media from the night before, and yeah, Club Lush itself, like bigging up like DJ Big Russian, and you find someone who's actually... Someone's like, what is the equivalent of cyber YouTube? On his like local page has made his own sort of like bootleg music video of DJ Big Russian, and you've basically just sort of managed to just steal that straight up. That guy's already put together. It's a pretty decent quality. But yeah, no, you've got that actually ready to go, and you send that straight over to to Larry.
I
Or
love
you
my
can do
interface
more
rules.
stuff to it if you want.
Nah.
We go walk.
I'm not going to fuck this up.
Yeah.
So-
I was going to make you roll more, but that was very good.
Back to knife sharpening for me.
Yeah. So yeah, Larry, you've now got something like a video.
Oh, well,
Okay, you come back to whilst Mrs. Smith has been like trying to smooth things out, you interject and you're like, "Hey, listen, you know that bit in like Back to the Future, whereas like, hey, Chuck, it's your cousin, Greg Berry." And like, hey, listen to this. You're basically kind of like that. You're just like to Mr. Ains, and he looks it over. He's reasonably impressed. He seems sort of intrigued, and he says, "All right, yeah, okay." He's got a good. I think he's got a popular sound that the kids like these days with the it's a bit retro, it's a bit new, but send him over to the office and we'll talk.
All right. Fair warning though.
Most people need to die.
His English isn't great. You know, he doesn't need it. Don't get me wrong, but his English isn't great. I'm happy to come along as a translator, so don't worry about that. But just a fair warning, I guess.
By the way, guys, just what we should do as an extra convincer, just thought this is say that because he's Russian, he likes to be paid in rubles, but he doesn't quite understand the exchange rate because it's like 1 ruble is like 0. It's like 1.2p.
Yeah, but do the Ruskies use Eurobucks or do they use ruble bucks?
Ruble bucks. The Russians have been absorbed into the European Uber bloc.
Greater Europe.
Eurobucks is a universal currency.
In Europe, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Eurobucks. The combination of the two.
Yeah, it's universal. I mean, Asian countries still have some of their denominations, but yeah, North America, Canada, and basically all of Europe just use the Eurobucks, so it's fairly
got it. It's white
fairly
people
universal. Yeah, basically.
And Australia just use Fosters.
Mate,
Dollary dues.
Kangaroos. Oh, dollary dues, yeah.
Dollary dues, yes.
Dollary dues, yes.
I think we should make a petition to make this the actual national currency for Australia.
There was one, I think.
Oh, really?
I remember seeing somebody in Australia tweeting about it, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Alright, so are you you schedule a meeting for the next day with DJ Big Russian and Mr. Rains. So I assume you keep the meeting. Who's going to this? So obviously DJ Big Russian.
I will go with him as manager / translator for his. It's just cultural differences. That's why he's being so rude and aggressive. And looks like he wants to eat your blood.
Okay, so DJ Big Russian and Mrs. Smith. Is that who's going?
Can I go?
Yeah, Shade can go.
All right,
busy,
but keep
I
the
can't
knives, away.
Well,
Yeah?
I was just wondering how easy his stuff will be to hack. Because he doesn't need all of the artists he represents, does he?
Tom, is your inspiration for Mr. Smith anything to do with Dwight from The Office?
No, actually. But he's a little bit in there. Let's be honest.
Okay.
I've just started watching the American Office, and I think when I see Dwight, I'm like, this is Mr. Smith.
I didn't think of that, but yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah.
So you arrive to the meeting the next morning.
Can you say it down, please?
Yeah.
You get led through by the receptionist straight into the waiting room. She gives you some of that nice like cucumber water. It seemed like it's a much warmer reception than last time you were here.
love cucumbers.
You're not waiting very long before Walter Raines comes out himself and says, "Hey there, comrade!" And he sort of like tries to like fist bump.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like
DJ
from
Big
stood
Russian.
behind Big Russian, I'm just shaking my head like no.
Doc Grubs is going to go out for the fist bump.
Oh god, no! He's going to die.
He's going to leave his fist about 2 inches short, and then just use the hydraulic pumps on his arm to like make up the distance.
Which is like,
It's just like a. It's like the guy almost thinks he's missed, and then he just gets like a 2-inch punch from behind the right fist.
That's the sort
Okay.
of shit that could kill someone, though.
are you doing it with enough force to injure?
Nah, probably enough to make him think twice about ever doing it again. But not enough to
Okay.
break his arm.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. Let me roll.
Oh, this guy's gonna fumble.
Okay, no, he's all right. I just rolled like a save for him. He's fine. So he's like, fuck, oh yeah, He's like massaging his wrist. He's like, you got quite an arm on you there, mate. Yeah, well, yeah, I've been looking at a lot of your stuff online, and I must say I'm quite impressed. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're very new, but it seems quite promising from what I've seen. And your associates here were saying you're interested in finding yourself some representation.
I mean, what can I say? I know like the bit.
Okay, yeah. Who does? Frankly, and
The men in the club. That club, you know the club.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of shrug like, yeah, we're gonna do.
And he's like,
Not
yeah.
club, other club. Other one, like previous place I played. I blew their minds, they loved it.
Nice. Yeah, so he's so yeah, then he sort of
I'm
And he was-
interested in moving in slightly new direction. Oh wait, how you say? Classy.
okay, and
I look to refine sound, yes?
okay, and what sort of ideas do you have?
Well, you noticed my previous interlude of Club Lush with the boys, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I like Beach Boys, but I thinking more. How do you say? Classic.
Cyber classic.
Alrighty, can you roll me? I don't wanna. I'm trying to think what this would be. This would be more kind of not social. I'm trying to think like, ooh, maybe perform.
At a beer.
So I think perform check. Let's just see if he sort of like is buying this.
Oh, good God, I've just seen what you put on Jukebot.
Wait for it. I defy your check. You cannot defy the awesomeness of this.
Why can I hear like Mozart?
Just
Give it a
wait.
sec.
Got Grubs is doing his thing.
Is this something he's prepared and has brought in?
I'm into this.
Now I need you to imagine a very thick set, slightly middle-aged Russian man wearing a lab coat with a massive blue mohawk and like red tinted round glasses and his arms in the air. It's like nodding as if he's the fucking boss.
All right. I'm gonna make a roll.
Oh, I can roll then.
Oh yeah, no, you roll perform.
Perform. I actually have points in perform now. For anyone who wasn't here last session, I'm now good at this. I'll take some luck as well.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna make a roll. To see if this guy likes it or not. I'm rolling a d10. On an even, he's quite into it. On an odd, he's sort of not. He sort of sits there. He just sort of like steeples his hands together and sort of closes his eyes and just sort of like allows the music just to like wash over him, and is just sort of like sitting there for a little bit.
Wait. So during his contemplation, let me find a follow up to that piece of beauty we just had.
This is when we realise that Sam knows nothing about it.
We realise?
Again, in before, it's fucking Baby Shark dubstep.
Oh no.
What is it with the classical music, Sam?
He's trying to be classy.
But Grumsy, were you not listening? He's moving in a new direction. He's classing his sound up.
So
in case you hadn't guessed, to fucking try and get this Flash gig, because clearly they're not going to want to listen to fucking Beach Boys.
Yeah.
So he's sort of sat there for a little while, like sort of like thinking it through and sort of like just sort of mulling it over. But you can see him. Eventually, he opens his eyes,
and he has to drop, and he's fucking sold. Yes.
And as this one comes on, he's sort of like looking really sort of a bit skeptical, and then he sort of like starts nodding his head a little bit. And then this bit kicks in. He's a little bit into it. You can see, and he's like, "Okay, all right. Okay, I think we could do business. Come through to my office. I've got a contract ready. You have a little look at it. You can have your people look at it, but I'm confident you'll walk out of here a very happy man. I've even got an event coming up."
All right, so Doc Grubbs hears that he's got a contract, and he just holds his hand up. He's like, doesn't say anything, just holds his hand up. "You want to stop you there?" And he just reaches down to his little soundboard in front of him and whacks up the fucking point.
I'll just shrug in the background like, yeah, artist, right?
So he seems pretty sold on it. And are you gonna sign this contract?
What's the actual? Who are we actually signing with? Like, what's the record label?
His name is just simply Rain's Productions. or no, it's called Rainmaker Productions.
Rainmaker.
Because he makes it rain. Anyway.
Yeah.
He makes it rain. I mean, fuck it. Best offer he's had all day. He'll sign up for a single album deal.
He's like, okay, yeah, well, fantastic, great to do business with you, and no reason to not get started straight away. I mean, I've got an event coming up in 4 days' time. I mean, it's going to be a slightly more low-key event. It's going to be a party. There's going to be, I won't lie, it's a quite an upmarket shindig, but they've got sort of one of the adjacent ballrooms is being used for a little bit more of a modern feel. Think you'd be up for it?
I can do modern.
yeah, he just sort of goes into the details of sorting it out for you. So yeah, essentially, you have now booked yourself as an act at the. You do eventually find it is, from where he has to tell you the details of it. It is the Tidworth Manor event. So yeah, you have secured your inn.
Oh, and surprisingly well. I didn't even have to kill anyone.
I know, right?
Yet. There's always the yet.
Yeah.
All right. So that's. I mean, Trips had his job for the days leading up to this event, and I suppose you guys have used sort of like sort of half a day or sort of to a day in total, sort of setting up all this DJ Big Russian stuff and sort of contracts and so on. Is there any other prep that people are doing before the big night?
Enough of
Gonna get
that.
some drugs.
Fucking Larry's
Just taking loads of drugs. So yeah, Larry smacked off his tits.
No, Doc Grubbs is gonna go with Larry, and I would like to take whatever drugs Larry gets and cook him up like a fucking cocktail of essentially combat drugs. So like he can be off his tits, but when it all goes south, which it inevitably will, he can just fucking destroy everybody.
Okay.
Not gonna pay too much attention to any potential negative side effects.
Yes.
Okay. Can you roll me some pharmaceuticals?
You fucking bet I can. Doc Grubbs is pretty good at drugs.
Is there an intended effect that you're going for with this?
Intended and unintended, yeah.
I think what he's probably scoping for is, increased reaction times, probably sharper reflexes, better awareness. Side effects are probably going to be drastic, but who gives a fuck? As long as he can kill people better. Probably some serious painkillers as well.
Okay.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong if he takes like meth, speed, and cocaine all at the same time? Huh?
Is this all just like lumped into one like super drug?
Yeah, he's given it. It's got like a big caution label on it when he gets it of just like in extreme instances only.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm down for this. Yeah, roll some pharmacy.
It also says in Russian on the back, product of Doc Grubbs, no responsibility taken for any potential side effects.
Mate. Product of Mr. Smith. Got to shift the blame early.
I mean, that's not on that 20, but it's 20.
So, I need to rest. Okay, yeah, 20. So, you. So, yeah, so you you basically get some of the drugs that you've seen that Larry's been using. One particularly called Blue Glass.
I wonder what that could be.
I wonder, yeah. That's a fairly strong sort of stimulant.
No, really?
Yeah.
Who would fuck it?
So what that you sort of like take that apart and sort of like distill it down to its basest bits, and you mix in some sort of like some sort of the extra drugs that you've got lying around. You chuck in some adrenaline, some steroid, almost like steroids, some performance enhancing drugs, and you.
Is there any painkillers in there as well?
Yeah, you've
found some down the back of the sofa. Yeah, go on.
You've jammed in some anesthetics and some,
Drop in
some
one of
drugs
Mr.
that
Smith's
are
Viagra as
designed
well.
to dampen down feeling. And you've managed to package them into a couple of one-use inhalers.
Oh, inhalers. I was thinking like EpiPens, but inhalers work too.
Yeah. So has anyone seen the new Judge Dredd?
Yes.
New.
Yeah.
You know the little inhaler things that they have in that.
Yeah, they're cool.
Kind of like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But yeah,
While
they're
he's
each
mixing
one.
this, can I steal a Viagra from Mr. Smith and just try and add that to the mix?
Okay, roll me some stealth.
I mean, I don't think Doc Grubbs is going to complain. He'd be like, yeah. What's the worst that happen?
Doc Grubbs, roll me some awareness.
Oh wait, I thought you meant Mr. Smith rolling awareness. Doc Grubbs is...
Oh, who was? Oh, yeah, Mr. Smith, roll some awareness.
Go on and
See if you notice him stealing your Viagra.
What's awareness at there? It is.
Okay, you notice him trying to,
But I
rifling
don't
through your
care.
jacket, and
I'm like,
pulling
yeah,
out
he's a
some
little-
of your blue pills.
Yeah, precocious little scat penny.
I'm just not going to explain. I'm just going to walk off with the Viagra.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just like, yeah, alright, whatever.
Fair enough. Okay, you pop it in the pot.
Doc Grubbs, you just kind of ask him what it is, learn what it is, think for a minute. Then just kind of shrug and nod his head and carry on.
So yeah, what you calling this thing? Do you have a name?
Larry's friend.
Larry's happy place.
I was going to say, I reckon Fisheye Express. It's a shot of Fisheye Express.
Is the tagline just all the drugs?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So
The tagline's just, you'll do it, you just sure as hell won't feel it.
So yeah, what that does is you get you don't know exactly what the effects are gonna be, but you know from what you wanted to do it, and you feel that you've done a pretty good job at it, and
You're not overly fond of Larry, are you?
it is going to definitely get him hyper focused to a razor's edge. Probably also deaden down a lot of his senses, but at the same time getting him hyper focused.
And real hard.
And just, you're assuming I'm probably having a huge rager at the same time.
In a rage out of the rager.
You don't know of any negative effects this may have.
Yet.
It's all positive.
But yeah, no. So you spent a couple days sort of like cooking that up. Anyone else? What are you doing for the rest of the time?
Can I train with my knives?
Okay.
Can I
yeah.
also be involved in said training for non-sexual reason?
Is anyone teaching you this, or are you just sort of having a bit of a wrestle?
Just wailing on Mr. Smith, I think.
I personally see it as Shade just experimenting with little bits of cutting, me tied down, just going oh yeah, oh yeah. If everybody else,
Okay.
I'm practicing my endurance and resist torture.
I mean, okay, yeah, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, this is getting weird.
Only now you think it's getting weird.
I mean, it's been going that way for a while now.
I mean, this fits perfectly within character. I don't know what you're
I mean, it
talking
does.
about.
I'm not denying that.
I've just realised this is being recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the recording starts off with us talking about your balls, so...
Yeah, that is true.
Cool. Yeah, so, alright, yeah. Mr. Smith, roll me some resist drugs and torture, and Shade, roll me some melee, just to see how you guys see what you managed to get out of this. Okay.
Melee.
Yeah.
Can I throw luck into this?
Yes, you can.
Cool. I'm going to throw in 5 of all my luck.
Cut me good, boy.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. He probably doesn't die.
So, Mr. Smith, you managed to go on you managed to take some sort of real sadomasochistic torture here for like a good 2-3 days. You guys come out of this like just not the same people you entered. You never speak of it to the rest of the guys, but some shit went down. And you have now, you've got an unspoken bond. So yeah, you can add another +1 to your resist drugs and torture.
Yay!
And Shade, you can now put a +2 into your melee.
Yes, finally some points in melee.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there you go.
We're disturbed.
Yeah, I probably should be.
Cool. So,
Best
anything
training
else
ever.
you guys wanted to get ready, or do you want to just wait for you just ready for the night?
Can I just check in on Trip and ask if he's actually carried out any of the suggested dangerous modifications like I recommended for the year?
I don't know. Did I do any of those, or did they get way too caught up in the idea of actually just building a sound system?
What were the things that you? What
So I
modifications?
was thinking like your little laser pods also able to fit bullets as well as lasers, and like smoke machines can just pop some poison canisters in there, and your speakers just blow up when Big Red Barn goes bang.
Okay. All right. Okay. If you want to, I will say this can still happen in the same amount of time, but it might just add a couple rolls to that. So Trip. So for the speakers, the bombs in the speakers, can you roll me some demolitions?
Yes, I can. If I knew where they were,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. For the so are you putting so you putting guns in the laser pods essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, roll me some weaponsmith. Right at the bottom attack. Okay, yeah, damn. Alright, what was the other ones you wanted to do?
Poison gas in the smoke machine.
Poison gas and the smoke machine.
That one I'm
Okay.
not gonna do, but I will make it not poison gas. It will be like tear gas.
Okay, where are you getting this tear gas from?
That's a good point.
Are you?
We got grenades for that.
I don't. Do you?
I have a smoke grenade.
No, we literally have smoke machines. Could Doc Gloves make some tear gas?
Potentially.
I know it might
If
not
he
help, but I have a
makes- if he-
thermite grenade.
I'm gonna
That
say.
would definitely not help.
If you do that, Doc Robbins may just give you chlorine gas and not tell you.
Fuck.
The problem, and I'm
You're gonna be the one there.
Exactly. This is the conversation I'm going to have with him. Is that we then have to deal with
Doc
breathing
Robbins is just going to
masks.
state that the smoke machines are pointing away from him and not see the problem.
Doc Gloves, you have a doctorate. You
Everyone knows
understand
smoke
that gas
doesn't go
fills the
around
container
corners.
it's in.
Don't we have gas masks?
Yeah, but it's going to just cripple us if we do. Come on, guys.
We literally all carry gas masks for this very reason. Because we can't be trusted with anything lethal.
That is
Um,
true.
So I'll give you two options. You can, I mean, Doggo, I'm going to say you probably don't have the time to be making up a like a full batch of like tear gas or anything similar because you spent all the time making your Fisheye Express. But you can sort of find one of your local sort of weapons dealers. I mean, I'm sure Woody has something right up your alley. But if you just wanted to buy it, you could probably buy something similar.
Can we go for knockout gas?
Oh, well, like, yeah, some sort of knockout gas. Okay, so I mean, yeah, so you meet up with your contact Woody, your friendly local weapons dealer, and he sort of shows you around his wares. And yes, he does have some tear gas, some like riot control tear gas grenades. He doesn't have anything specifically knockout gas.
What a shame.
He does have smoke grenades. He does have thermite. He has more boom boom. That's a bit too subtle.
He's got the Basil brush stock in.
Oh no.
I see.
Not so much. Oh shit! What was the one you said? Bang bang. Boris.
Right down.
Anyway.
So did you want to get some like tear gas or?
Yeah.
How many grenades you getting?
How many smoke machines have we got?
I'd say you have two like smoke machines like fitted underneath the like the sound system trailer.
Alright, I guess I'll get 4 smoke grenades.
Okay, that will cost 200 EB.
Sorry, not smoke grenades, tear gas grenades.
Yep. Okay, and to fit them into the sound system, Trip, can you roll me one more weaponsmith?
Yes, I can.
These are partly as well, just so I can see how well like integrated everything is, and making sure it could possibly pass any necessary check. Okay. Yep. Yeah. No, that's all cool. Yeah. So you managed to successfully like integrate all those additions into the sound system. So the explosives, yeah, that is just a button that you have. You do have a controller, just like a flip switch that you can control those with. The guns, those do need manual direction. You can't just they haven't got sophisticated AI that can identify targets and sort of take them out. It does need manual control from the DJ booth, and the tear gas canisters, similar thing. Yeah, they need to be controlled from the DJ booth. But yeah, no, you've integrated them as best you can, trying to be as subtle as you can about them. And yeah, was there anyone else wanted to do anything last minute before we crack on?
No.
I think
Okay.
that covers it.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty. So.
Oh, I have a question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why are we actually going to the party again?
That's very good
Yeah,
question.
I've lost that.
No, Andy, I think I'm being facetious because actually we haven't lost it. We never knew.
I don't know why.
Like, we genuinely just didn't actually decide why we went to the party. We just decided to go.
I don't know why. Why are we getting you into a gig?
Because it's funny.
Because we basically thought decided it would be a good idea without deciding how it would actually benefit us.
Because I'm about to kill myself on drugs and I don't know why.
So obviously, just brief recap. Madame Petunia asked you to find Bridget, one of the girls who works at the Four Roses. You managed to
yeah.
to Club Lush, where she apparently worked for a little bit. You find out that she was probably rolled into some sort of underworld of human trafficking. by the guy who works there, the deputy manager. You found ties between him and Lazarus, and that's what brought you to.
So we're
initiate.
going to. I'm going to say let's fucking kidnap Mr. Tidworth and interrogate him, which is probably thoroughly overambitious. But where has that ever gone wrong for us before?
We've accidentally kidnapped people before, so doing it on purpose
It's not
shouldn't be
accident.
that hard.
We always do it by intention.
All right, 5H43. Let's go to the bus stop.
If
What,
in
are we
doubt,
just kidnapping people from the bus?
I'm going to put it out there and say Mr. Smith is probably going to need to seduce him to get him alone.
You need me to seduce somebody, eh?
My time has come.
I'll get my tire iron.
It's now I realise I'm on my 4th glass of wine.
Yeah, no, this is the problem with a heavily story-based campaign that you only do every 2 weeks, maybe.
What, that we just get drunk and talk shit.
Yeah. Well, partly that, but difficult to keep names
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
activities straight.
To be fair, I despite the doodles, I was being a bit facetious. I'm aware that why we were chasing down these people.
Yeah.
I had genuinely forgotten.
Do you guys have a plan as to what to do once you're in there?
I didn't know
Yeah.
in the first place.
So I think we should probably just clarify or crystallise our actual idea. Other than break in and then at some point kill everyone, we should establish why we're actually there.
Why are we killing everyone?
Well, because we filmed.
That's what we do.
We filmed the DJ gear with weapons and stuff to kill people, so we kind of have to.
Yeah, but why are we killing people?
Because this is who we are,
We're the
Andy.
bad guys.
Why are we going in to a party and killing everyone?
Look, Larry, I didn't make you a fucking cocktail called Fisheye Express just to fucking have fun, right?
No. We can't just go around just fucking killing people at parties.
We've
I mean,
occasionally
we might not
killed
kill them.
people.
This is just in case.
We've literally built a fucking living out of it so far.
We didn't kill anyone to get into the party, so that's a good start.
We
We
are
may
making
not
progress.
kill anybody
Fairly
at the
legit
party.
so far. Which is weird for
Okay.
you guys.
I'm going to say what we should probably really be doing is just attempting to get information from attendees and or any kind of computers or anything that happen to be in the house that we can get access to while we're there. All the while, DJ Big Rush will do his thing and keep everyone distracted.
What's the bigger picture? We're trying
We're trying to find someone who was kidnapped into human trafficking.
Yeah.
One of the dancers from the Four Roses, which is a strip club where we spend all of our time apparently, other than doing this shit, was kidnapped and we found out she was in.
So not Madame Bajuni has been kidnapped.
No, it was one of her girls, and we think she's in a human trafficking ring of some sort or something similar.
Right.
Do you remember the girl when Mr. Smith was away and you guys did the little side questy thing? It was that girl.
Yeah, when you looked after his cat.
Oh.
Looked after.
Cassidy.
Yep.
It was that girl.
Kitty sitting. She was in that.
Kitty sitting is a good choice of words.
Catgate.
Kitty
Yeah, cat game.
sitting.
So,
Well, let's kill everyone then.
fuck.
There's the Larry we all
Alrighty.
tolerate.
Ooh, that looks nice.
Ooh.
That, I know where that is.
Is that a real place?
I'm pretty sure that's meant to be Monaco.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd
you're
agree.
Huh?
Why isn't
Well,
it?
you're wrong. It comes
You're
from
wrong.
apparently some
It's
bio shop.
Sheffield.
I mean, I may be wrong in terms of the artist, but if you look at a picture of Monaco, like
No, I think that's
Maybe,
that's
maybe
Eastbourne,
it is.
isn't it? The harbour in
or
Eastbourne.
maybe it's Cyber London.
Ah, Cyber London.
no, I meant yeah, in real life that definitely Monaco.
So, yeah, the night the party rolls around, and you guys have
Doc Grubbs has
got-
gone. Doc Grubbs has gone classy dark and changed his white lab coat for a black one
Okay. What's everyone else going as?
with white neon.
What's like your covers?
with white neon trim.
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
allow
say-
Mr. Smith to dress me.
Yeah, that's a good call, actually.
I'm gonna go.
5H4D3 and I will be dressed in suits. We will be going as part of the entourage.
Okay. Yeah.
Love that film.
I'm not sure I like the fact
I've
that
never seen
Shade
that
is
film.
being fucking groomed by the biggest pervert.
But the thing is, it looks like because he's too edgy, like the neon hair and this neon tattoos like creeping up outside of the collar, like give it like a fairly edgy look. So I think he still looks pretty cool.
I also have a really shiny hand.
And the
I'm
shiny.
all meant that Mr. Smith is turning Shade into a fucking degenerate.
He's making it his own. Trip,
With knives.
you like a roadie or something?
Well, I was just gonna turn up at like try and get in as like the tech guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
As
Yeah.
the guy
so-
who's running all the tech. Bearing in mind that I'm turning up with all the tech.
That's fair enough. I think your
Turns out
normal sort of like.
Lugging loads of equipment in. Who are you meant to be? The fucking Pope?
So you're in your sort of like normal sort of overall / jumpsuit sort of get up with all your tech and passes. And Larry, where you look like
I'm slightly disappointed that Larry didn't uptake his mantle of MC Larry.
I look like I got neon in my hair, and my cyber eyes going all crazy.
But what are you meant to be?
what are you dressed as?
I think you've misread this
How
part.
are you dressed?
Just like I'm going to a fucking party.
Just like casual. So like
Larry's just one of those god-awful hangers-on who turns up when they act.
okay, yeah.
Larry's ready for a rave.
Yeah, Larry is there to sell drugs, obviously.
So you turn up during
Allegedly.
the day to the mansion, and you as you are you going in your own car, in your own truck, or
Yeah, of course.
okay? Do you still have the large like missile launchers and stuff?
We stowed that, but it's still there.
So it's like hidden away in like it's
Yeah, we put it back inside the truck.
okay, yeah, okay. You pull up to the front gate with your big old truck and your sound stage on a trailer behind, and you're stopped by some of the Lazarus guards, and they just say, "Very sorry, sir. I understand you're some of the entertainment tonight, but we do have to search every vehicle that comes in. You understand?" And but as he's talking, two guys, both with canines, come alongside the truck and start checking it out. They have mirrors going underneath, and they just do a little once over of the old truck and. They actually nope. So they just take a few minutes doing that. One guy appears to be sort of like mostly just picking his nose whilst he's doing it.
It's even better because we made no preparation for that situation.
Yeah,
That is a
even
good
little
point. I'm pretty sure they said it was going to be so, and we had all their planning.
We did loads of planning for the actual being in. We didn't even think about potentially trying to get anything in that we shouldn't have.
I was really thinking that would be the bit that this would all fuck up, but apparently not.
As soon as you mentioned it, I was like, we haven't thought about this at all. Oh well.
So you actually get led in. The detail leads you round to the back entrance of the mansion, where there is like not like servants entrance, but there's clearly like help. Like there's not like a loading dock, but a back way where there's a lot of like where it appears to come through like kitchens and like through to like some of the entertainment areas. You're shown where to park up outside sort of away. There's no other sort of acts near you. And then you're just sort of left to your own devices to set up. DJ Big Russian, you and any of your entourage you so wish, are led through the mansion into a lovely green room.
I'll take Mr. Smith and Larry and leave Shade and Trip to unload and generally just keep an eye on things.
Okay, yeah, so you three are led through to a very well-appointed green room, sort of through the mansion. Can you all you guys who've gone into the mansion, roll me some...
Yes.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Could you all roll me awareness?
Would that be including me and Shade who are working on the thing?
Not just yet. This is just for the guys walking through the mansion.
But alas, no potato salad for Andy.
Alas, earwax.
Oh man, I got earwax problems at the minute.
Fucking, that's grim.
I don't know where awareness is. There it is.
It's in intelligence. Hey, not too bad. Okay, so yeah, as you're being led through, it's still very much in the setting up phases of the evening. You can see kitchen people going to and fro. There are just general sort of wait staff by the looks of it, setting up decorations. It looks like it's going to be a very tasteful event. There's multiple rooms and ballrooms, and this is going to be what looks to be like a very big event. You actually know, because you were booked officially as the entertainment for tonight, that it's actually a fundraiser held by Mr. Tidworth for some of the local charities, and so it's got a very sort of gala feel to some of it, and there's like a very nicely set up what looks like it's going to be a very nice dinner service and everything else like that. And then on the other side, there's like some rooms and like the main ballroom where your gig's going to be, where it's definitely going to for a more sort of like urban vibe. So yeah, you notice all this as you're walking through. You do see some of the security as you're walking through. At this point, they're mainly just sort of patrolling through. They're very well sort of kitted out. There's right now you see the guys. They're not being very subtle right now because there's no guests. There are guys in suits, but mostly you're just seeing people sort of openly carrying sort of assault weaponry.
All right. Well, as soon as the decks are set up, Doc Grubbs is gonna get his groove on and start playing some chill grooves for the locals.
Okay. So it's not just set up yet, but you're heading through to the green room. Shade and Trip, you guys are sort of like treated with a lot less reverence. You're just sort of like, they're not being rude to you, but they're just like, all right, mate, yeah, it's just through in there. You got all your gear, and they offer help. Do you accept any help for anyone?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So a couple guys come out and help out with unloading the gear, and they help you wheel sort of like the big trailer through some of those big French doors into the sort of ballroom area. And let me just see.
Let me just see how much they exploded.
I think there's 3 guys helping you right now.
They can take, like, I'll direct them so that they don't take in the speakers with the guns in. They can take everything like else in. If that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Never mind then. Those rolls. Never mind those rolls then.
Oh.
Don't fucking bullet there, bro.
Yeah, so you sort of direct them in setting up at the venue. Yeah, can you guys both roll me awareness checks?
Yeah.
You guys gonna shade, yeah, and trip.
Just looks like I can never fucking find awareness. It's the one I struggle to find every fucking time. There it is. Hey.
Damn, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, you see a very similar thing. The rest of the guys, you get a fairly good feel for the layout of the venue. I'm not going to go through the entire fucking like floor plan of the place on here because it's big, it's convoluted. But suffice it to say, if you needed to, you'd be able to navigate yourself around all right. But other than that, you just take note of where the security is setting up right now. They are just patrolling. They don't seem to have just sort of whilst things are getting ready. But yeah, no, you set up for the evening. Is there anything you guys are particularly doing right now, or is everyone just sort of waiting for the actual event?
Waiting for the event, I suppose. I mean, I'll set up the equipment. But...
Oh yeah, no, that's all being set up, and you're sort of directing some of the help to.
But being weirdly protective over a couple of sets of speakers.
No, not
judging.
like really protective. Just I'll be like, I've got these guys. Don't worry about it.
Has Shade got into the Wi-Fi yet?
They do have just sort of like basically civilian Wi-Fi that you, well, like civilian ports that you can attach your equipment to just to like get access to the net and so on. But there's not, through use of it, you can tell it's like the civilian version of it. It's not like their private servers which have any sensitive information on it. That might be located elsewhere. You might need to get some access to that some other way.
While there's less people around, can I try and figure out where I'd need to go to get access to the private network?
Okay, yeah.
Sort of not like actively going where I know I shouldn't be, but sort of just seeing where I get turned away from, I guess.
Okay, yeah, no, with the awareness roll you had before, you're able to tell as you're the bits where, although mostly the security guys are just sort of making their way in on their little
Downtown.
patrols, there is one area down one of the sort of maintenance, sort of definitely one of the sort of back areas of the mansion, where they have just sort of, there's two guys set up at the door, and they are not letting anyone but security through. So you can survive something's through there. There is also, you are also advised whilst you're there that that all the upstairs is closed. That during the event, Mr. Tidworth might invite people upstairs, but for right now, the entire party and everyone is being kept onto the ground floor. And that they just have one person stationed at each set of stairs.
I guess I'll just feed that back to everyone else and say like, oh, there's a room that I think I need to get into for hacking purposes.
Doc Grubbs is gonna, if he's around at some point during the afternoon, is gonna sort of just drop in that there is still a full set of body armor and Lazarus paramilitary organization like branded combat fatigues in the truck in a hidden compartment.
Would that match the security outfits that they've got at the party, or are they just more dressed down?
Yeah, so the guys who are in the actual venue itself are just in nondescript sort of black suits, but have a very distinctive sort of like feel about them. You definitely know that they are security. They are definitely Lazarus. But there are guys that you do see wandering around right now whilst there's no guests, and also wandering around making patrols outdoors. that are just in the normal sort of fatigues and uniform of Lazarus.
So I guess someone could, at some point, probably when they're busier, go out and come back inside. I guess dressed as one of them and just be like, "You all need to come outside now for no reason."
I feel like Trip is the only real option.
This is what I was thinking, right? If it's
Yeah.
going to be me, I need to get...
Swole.
Well, I'm fucking ripped anyway. Like, my body type is 10. But what I need to do is have fucking Shade to program in some laser stuff so that when I'm doing this at some point, like, are we doing this tonight when it's busy, like an actual night's going on? Yeah. So we should do it so that like you could program in some light effects so it doesn't look like nothing's going on, and they notice that I'm gone.
Yeah, there's all the lasers just pointing straight down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can try it. I can help with that. Can program in some stuff.
Sounds good.
Let's go for it.
Yeah. What would we need to roll? Please say interface.
Yeah, so I was going to say you can roll me some programming. Let's see how sort of effective, how amazing this sort of stuff you make is. Okay, yeah, no, you make a pretty baller ass sort of lighting program, which is very, very confusing and might very well give someone some good cover.
Excellent. I'm gonna go and get all the armor and like bring it in like a speaker box, so it just looks like I'm bringing in more stuff.
Okay, and just keeping that sort of backstage.
Yeah, just in a very sensible place to keep it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Cool. Anyone else doing anything before we sort of advance to the night time?
Doc Robbins is going to kind of feel out the situation. Does he have any opportunity at any point during the day to hide some of his gun, kind of DJ stuff?
Where are you trying to hide them?
Somewhere whereby if he's DJing and everything goes south, he then can get them, like, there, I don't know, under his decks or somewhere nearby, so he hasn't got to get back to the truck. He's then got them with him.
Yeah, no, you would be able to move things sort of quite freely, sort of from the truck to the the stage, provided that it's not like just a gun, like provided it's like in like boxes, like what Shade did with like keeping things in like road boxes.
Is Discord fucking up for anybody else?
Yeah,
a little bit.
That was a bit weird, yeah.
I think it was just Jukebox trying to do a
I think
remix.
it's just-
Yeah. Ruined everything.
Jukebox is jealous of all this talk that you've been going on about.
Why won't you listen to me?
Cool. Yeah. So I think for ease, everyone has their weapons stashed in the backstage.
Oh yes.
So just behind and.
By weapon, you
underneath
mean
the stage.
convenient place to cower, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's a very nice cowering spot.
Ah, beautiful.
Well, I thought that like Mr. Smith would just leave all his cutting remarks backstage, like as a script.
I can't leave those. That's about 80% of who I am. 20% is weird sex shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, people are able to clarify from me, but I have been sort of assuming up until now you guys have been unarmed whilst you've been wandering around through.
I mean, as much as Doc Grubbs can never be unarmed.
Yeah,
You'd have to literally be unarmed.
He literally have to take his arms off for him to be
no
unarmed.
one's like strapped right now.
Sorry, sir, we're gonna have to disarm you. Okay, he cuts off both his arms.
So if someone does wish to get their weapons out at any point, they do need to like retrieve them and mention it.
I tend to keep brass knuckles in my pocket. Is that going to be all right?
I mean, that's fine. It just depends on if someone catches you with them or not. They're
Yeah.
not. No one's going to notice the outline of brass knuckles in the pocket.
Yeah, I'd have thought Shade would always have a knife, if
That's
not
fair enough.
several
Yeah, that's
knives.
Because and like the concealability makes things. So I know brass knuckles and knives. Their concealability is like your pocket, so they're quite easy to hide.
Yeah, and also the
Yeah,
missile
no, that's
launcher I
fine.
keep in my trousers. That's there too.
Is that what they call it?
You can just call it a penis like the rest of us do. I mean, come on, man.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, it advances to the nighttime, and you're sort of there like only like a few hours before setup. You do a couple sound checks, and all's good. And then DJ Big Russian and his entourage are led back to the green room just to chill out. Or you're allowed to mingle as partygoers start to arrive at about 7 o'clock. Yeah, you see some very well dressed people in sort of tuxedos and so on. And after about an hour of sort of filtering in, eventually it does come down to like the more high end bit of the venue is sort of filled up, and they do start sort of table service for all the guests there. There's a nice little speech from Mr. Tidworth to sort of open up ceremonies.
Is there a picture of Mr. Tidworth? Do you know what he looks like?
Yes, actually. Oh, yes, because I don't think you would have seen him yet.
No, we haven't met him yet.
No, that's a very good point. No, good point. Good point.
Fucking Shade.
Is that a knife set that you can buy? Because I really
that
want
really
that.
is. Yeah.
There you go. That is Mr. Tidworth.
Oh, his name's
Barclay Tidworth.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know what? You know the thing that makes me most sad about that entire picture?
That we're gonna
What?
have to kill his dog.
You don't own it?
No, the dog's ears.
I'm gonna have to eat the dog.
Yeah, he's a douche.
Yeah, because you have to,
Yeah.
like, in order to get dog's ears to do that, they like cut them and put little hats on them so they heal fucked up.
Yeah, they crop them when they're puppies.
Oh.
And not naturally that way. It's kind of
Ooh.
fucked up.
The dog wearing a hat is pretty cool.
Does
I
it
mean-
also have like a robot leg or something? It looks like it's got a weird leg.
I think
Yeah, it
it's
has a little
right.
prosthesis, doesn't it? Like
That's
a
It's also a cyber cropped eared doggo.
cyber dogs.
I mean, it just sounds like we're gonna have to kill him.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be part of the boss fight, I presume.
Yeah.
He does look kind of. Wait, oh, hang on. I will carry on. I will find the actor's name and share it.
The dog is not present, I will say, at the dinner. The opening of the dinner. You can sort of. You guys are able to. You weren't invited to the dinner, so you're not actually guests at that point. But you are able, whilst you're just sort of filtering about, you are able to like poke your head around the corner of some of the doors and just
Swipe
sort of
canapes, yep.
yeah, like swipe some canapes and just sort of schmooze a little bit before it happens. So you do actually see him filter through, and you are able to know that he is Mr. Tidworth because of like the close security he has as he's walking around. But yeah, he does like a nice little speech welcoming everyone to the night, saying about what a wonderful night. They're gonna do so much for the local charities in the area, yada yada yada, making a better place, making it sort of improving philanthropy and all that shit, and everyone makes it very claps very politely. It's sort of a normal sort of dinner sort of goes on for about an hour or so, hour and a half, before everyone sort of starts making their way through to some of the more sort of loungy areas, and that's when some of the nighttime people start turning up. And some of the more sort of rowdy areas of the venue start filling in with people not quite so well dressed, and not quite so debonair.
So the kind of guys who are going to really appreciate the tunes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for like some kind of signal from Doc Grubbs before I leave, like to get off. I don't really know what time.
So yeah, it's sort of at this point that you know that there's going to be a warm-up act before you got a set going, and before you, but you're all sort of backstage, sort of ready and waiting, unless someone else is elsewhere. But yeah, and that is, I mean, sort of that's where you can sort of take it from. So what are you guys doing now? You probably have about half an hour before your set.
Mm-hmm. Um,
I'm gonna stop 5H43 from stealing silverware.
it's a good idea.
Have half hour sleep. I'm just gonna have to.
Say again? You're very quiet.
Larry's gonna have a little sleep.
Have a little nap.
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke. Larry's crashed out on some of the backstage boxes and made himself like a nice little like pile to like just like crash out into. What's everyone else doing?
I guess mingling?
Yeah.
Mingling.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Try and catch some,
What do you mean, nerd?
you know, intel about the whole human trafficking sort of thing.
I'm not going to wine.
Okay, so who's schmoozing? Who's socializing?
I'll do
Grubs.
some schmoozing.
I will try.
Doc Grubbs
Grub.
is going to get
Yeah,
that pipe trainer steaming for his set later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Doc Grubbs. Shade. Anyone else?
Oh yeah.
Mr. Smith. Okay. Can
I love
all of you roll me social with Doc Grubbs rolling it with a +2? Because people are very impressed that you're the entertainer. Right.
You won't be serious.
Oh, fuck me. How do you even?
I rolled an 8 on
Oh,
that.
did you put +2 in the box?
You put +2.
Alright, so it should be...
I really thought for a moment Doc Grubbs was so anti-social.
15. Okay, so that's
That a
15.
+2 put him
Shade
at
got an 11. Mr. Smith got a 12. Okay.
We aren't not good at socialising. Maybe that's why we all just murder everyone.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, I mean, no one. Yeah, you guys are just sort of like hanging out in the party. You're just mainly hanging out in the main sort of ballroom area where the DJ preceding you is sort of warming up the crowd, and he's doing a good job. Everyone's loosening up, and people seem to be having a good time, and everyone seems to be enjoying your company, and you get a good group of hangers-on after a little bit. People sort of quite impressed that you're entertainment tonight. Most of them, no one knows who you are, but it's sort of like just the gravitas of the situation. Sort of.
I like to think it's one of those things where they're all too busy trying to be trendy to realise that nobody actually knows who I am.
Yeah, it's very much that.
Everybody else does, so they kind of assume they should know that it's cool to know.
Has anyone seen that? Like was it the Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel thing where they go onto the street and tell people like, give people like lists of like new indie bands, but they're really just made up names.
Oh yeah, I
and
saw
just
one
ask them.
from Coachella where they made up band names.
Yeah, I think that's the one I saw. Yeah, it's
And they
basically
make up
that.
groups, and they get all the, you got all these basic twats who are like, oh my god, they're amazing! I'm so excited to see them. They don't exist.
Yeah, you get a lot of those. There's a lot of round sunglasses round you. I'm thinking, Doc Grubbs, you manage to you do speak to a guy who seems a little bit. Ooh, actually, roll some human perception.
Human perception. I am good at that.
Famous last words.
Rolls another 0.
No, I'm actually pretty good at that.
Okay. Yeah, you meet a guy. He doesn't give you his full name. He just introduces himself as Tweedy. And he's a bit of a grubby looking guy, a little bit sleazy, sort of quite short, sort of like blondie hair, a little bit of a twitch. And he seems just a bit skeezy, and you think he seems like a guy that some illicit activities, and he tells you that all right, mate. Yeah, if you're interested in some of the real partying, then I can lead you to some of the more exclusive areas if you're wanting after your set course.
I like this idea. I bring a friend. I don't know where he is now. He have neon in hair and denim cut-off jacket. Grumpy one.
Is that him? He points to a random guy in the crowd that fits that description.
No, the
What
one.
about him?
No, the
And
one
you
over
look around,
there.
there's about 8 guys in your immediate vicinity. That's all matched up.
The one with the purple hair, and he points to Fifa Larry.
Yeah, he looks all right. Yeah, sure, why not? And
I like him. He don't mind it when I punch him in the shoulder.
and
Not many people like that.
and so it's like, all right then, mate. I'll catch you after your set, yeah. And
See you later, good friend.
and yeah, he sort of.
You have good
he
night,
sort
I call you comrade. We have bad night, I call you friend. We're no different.
Duly noted. And he sort of waves and sort of fades into the crowd. Yeah, there you go. Anyone else doing anything whilst these guys are sort of spending about half an hour sort of like mingling?
Like, I'm just keeping an eye out. Do I see anything of interest or some getting everything ready?
Roll me awareness.
I shall do that. I know where it is this time. He says, having lost it now. Okay. There we go. 14.
Nothing super prominent catches your eye. You generally, it's just a huge throng of people by now. It's just like absolutely rammed. The guy who's DJing is doing a really good job. Everyone seems to be having a great time. You notice the sort of normal sort of stuff you see going on at a party. There is obviously a lot of drinking. There's a lot of debauchery, a lot of drunkenness. And you do notice a fair bit of drug taking. I can see one or two people dealing or appearing to deal, maybe.
How much of this is just around Mr. Smith?
He's just queuing up.
Mr. Smith is
I mean, you're not wrong, but still.
He's just throwing fistfuls of anger into the crowd.
Feast, my pets, feast.
But yeah, that's mainly what you pick up. Just sort of fairly what you would normally expect at like an event like this. And you can see the security is not too obstructive. They are keeping an eye on people, but they're not like getting too involved. They're like, there's two guys on either end. There's one guy on either end of the stage. There's one guy at each sort of entrance, but they're not really moving around or seem too interested in what's going on around them. You can sort of see that they're kind of might not be super distracted by everything that's going on, but you can see that they wouldn't pay too much attention to one individual person sort of walking past them, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I mean the night sort of wears on, and it is time for DJ Big Russian's set. You have is someone doing the hype for you, or are you just allowing the DJ?
Fisheye Larry is the MC.
All right, Fisheye Larry, you're just is thrust onto the stage, and what does Fisheye Larry do?
You're handed a mic and you're told to introduce. I expect Cockney and I expect baldiness.
Just walks on stage, just goes, look at this big cunt, and walks off.
Everybody, look at this guy. This guy.
I'm gonna
He is
fucking get into the
Is that it?
group network and be like, seriously, introduce the cunt.
I'm too tired to think of something.
Just say he's really fucking good in your Larry voice, you'll be fine.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Larry voice.
lady, that's Australian. Ladies and gentlemen, you call that a knife?
You fucking what?
This Doc Grub's doing DJ stuff. Look at him go. Gonna be pretty neat.
There's a decidedly lukewarm reception.
Doc Grubbs is gonna he's been fiddling with his stuff. He's gonna as Fisheye Larry started talking, Doc Grubbs looks up. Just stares at Larry, and just kind of gently shakes his head, and then just kind of shrugs, and fucking gets his deck spinning and drops his beat, and the shenanigans occur.
Yeah. Okay. There is fat, dirty, stinking bass lines. There is wob wobs galore.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Some nice vintage remixes, and in short order, people are back to loving life. DJ Big Russian, can you roll me a perform check?
A performance check.
Yes. Let's see how this set goes.
Oh, why can't I perform?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna put all my luck into this.
Okay.
Because I need this to come off good, otherwise we're not gonna get kicked out.
Okay. Yeah. People are having a good time. People are really loving it. You've got about an hour set, but you'd already prepared for this leading up to Trip and Shade, particularly helping you out with some of the more technical aspects of making EDM. And people seem to be having a great time. Whilst you're doing that, is anyone else doing anything particular, or are they just sort of like
Well, I'm currently just helping with the lighting, but is it now at a suitable point where I can go and break into places?
I mean, you can do it at whenever you like.
I'm looking at Shade, see what he says.
Shade nods.
Hey,
Shade
I'm gonna
approves.
go.
Shade allows this.
So I'm gonna go. And,
Shade's also confused as to why he's in charge.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Shade just because Shade's nearby. I'm gonna take Shade with me. Do you reckon I can get away with that? Let's fucking go for it.
Well, you
We're
can
gonna try
just
and get through.
if you need to, you can just be like, "Oh, I found this guy skulking around outside," and hope they don't realise I was invited in.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna go into the.
you've changed into the.
Yeah, I
moved
literally about to say
backstage
go
and
into backstage and
changed
change into it. Yeah.
into the security guard outfit that you've got. Quick aside, Larry, do you know what drugs you've been taking, or are you not care? You're not fussed.
I assume I'm aware of what Doc Robs has done.
I'm assuming you haven't been taking that yet.
I'm assuming you haven't taken that yet.
Otherwise, we're all dead.
But
Shit is gonna go down. Taking that shit.
I mean, if you're just taking whatever you can get your hands on, Mr. Smith has been throwing around Viagra.
Howdy, buddy.
Larry's not a drug addict.
Yep. Keep telling yourself that, Larry.
He can stop whenever he wants.
Just not right now.
Give me more cocaine.
Okay, so yeah, whilst Larry's having a grand old time, yeah, where are you guys going? So you,
I guess towards the security, like the room that had the 2 guards, not letting anyone in.
So there's a main corridor and there's sort of one of the sort of back areas which sort of goes sort of through where like kitchens and sort of like some of the like utility areas of the estate are. So it's not like fancy like wood paneling or anything like that. But yeah, as you walk past there, you see two guys in a like identical matching outfits to Trip, standing guard outside a doorway. And what do?
Have they got weapons?
Yes, they both have assault rifles, like just sort of held casually, but at ready.
Is that the only way through?
I mean, that's just the way through to this bit that is guarded. There's lots of different sort of branching corridors and other places to get to. If you were looking for something specific, you could probably find it, but if you're curious as to what's behind the mystery door, then that's the only entrance that you can see.
Okay. First, before we go down the mystery door, I think we're gonna like check around and see if there's any other way into the mystery door. Like, just if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Can you? I'm trying to think. Can you both roll me awareness?
Yes.
Ooh, a fine roll.
Less fine.
Oh dear.
I feel like that really negates my role.
An attempt was made.
All right.
Trip's
Yeah.
eyes
So
are
Shade,
closed.
you noticed as you walk in, as you just so you've already been clocked by those guys as you come around the corner. So you just walk straight past. Don't make eye contact. Just sort of like go straight past. And then as you're walking past, you're getting like a good sort of feel for the dimensions of just like the architecture around you, and you sort of suss out that what they're guarding is probably not one single room, but probably more akin to like not like a wing, but like a section of the manor.
Mm-hmm.
As you go past, you realize that you come around the corner to the opposite side there, and there is another door going into what looks like into that sort of wing, and there are 2 more guards sort of guarding that entrance. You don't know from the outside, but this is just from the inside that you can see. So you can see that basically any entrance to this sort of wing is being guarded. And you actually do notice that there are, because this is a big place, it requires a lot of ventilation, and there's big air ducts sort of winding its way sort of through the ceiling at different points, and you do see that there are those air vents going through around where you are, so you surmise that some of them might head through into that way.
Mm-mm.
but you don't know where. You'd have to find a point to break into.
Well, Shade's still with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's find a place to break into.
I mean, I was sort of thinking that we could do the Han and Chewie thing where you just go, I've got a prisoner, let me in.
I mean, we could also do that. That's fair.
Which of the two doors looks like it's a more secluded area in case we fuck this up?
Okay.
Questions.
Good idea.
So the first one you came across is definitely like obvious one, because that's the one that comes directly off of like this utility corridor that you saw. The one that you went around the corner and found seems a little bit more nondescript. So, but it still has two guys guarding it.
Let's go down the nondescript one with the two guys are. Yeah.
Yeah. Go down. Yeah, the one that's quieter, and if we might have to kill these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. So what were you doing? You just walking straight up to him?
Just walking straight up, like just as normal.
And what do you do? What do you say when you get up to him?
I'm just gonna try and walk through the door without really kind of like saying too much. Just kind of like muttering, "Caught this guy in there, and the boss wants to see him."
I'm gonna be trying to like pull my arms away.
Okay. Okay. There's more gonna be Trip, but Shade, can you both roll performance
Oh shit.
for me?
I've been so good with my rolls today, apart from that most recent one. Let's
Okay.
hope that's the fucking last one.
That's
Fuck up.
Yeah, that's fine. It's at the bottom of empathy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fumble.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you get +1 to that. These guys don't have amazing humor. So they don't have great empathy.
This is where they crit success on it.
Well,
And we're just
they've got a lot
uh-oh.
of cybernetics, so their empathy is rather low.
Good. Glad to know about the cybernetics. This late in the plan. Oh god.
Well, now
we're
that
going
you've gotten close, you can make it out.
going to die.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that you guys put on a fairly decent display. They seem quite uninterested, and because you sort of look the part, they just sort of step aside and allow you just to sort of like brush your way in. On entering.
It's just
Fucking working.
just a room full of guards just all looking at the door. Just oh no.
It's just like all playing checkers. No, so what you did, so you walked down this way. This was the little door that you came through with the two boys either side. And you came out to another hallway. Sort of leads down there, and there are doors there and there. Oh, that's not very well. So yeah, you've come in here.
Bless you.
So let's.
Thanks.
Oh, you're drawing.
You guys are in there.
Can we see anything?
Yeah, so there's another little hallway that you've come into. For reference, the other.
Okay, is everyone else
you
sort of like
saw-
up here?
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just thinking, was everyone else like up this way towards the statue?
Yeah, no, they're sort of all that way. So you came in. That's the main entrance that you came from. That comes out to like the sort of area that you guys came from, and this is the door that you saw. The two guards sort of watching here, and then you went around the corner and saw this one.
Are all of the doors closed, or are any of them ajar?
All of them are closed right now.
Fuckers. Why don't they leave their doors ajar? How do we pick a door?
I mean,
we could take...
is it a door with a lock, like a normal conventional lock?
None of them are locked, as far as you can see. They do just look
not
like
pick as in,
fairly
like,
nondescript.
Pick a lock.
Sorry?
Okay, never mind. I misunderstood. I'm an idiot. Sorry. So they're all just nondescript doors, right?
Yeah, as far as you can see.
Okay.
I guess... Can I listen at one of the doors to see if there's anyone behind it?
Yeah. Roll me awareness. Oh dang!
Shit.
Dang.
Yes, son.
So yeah, you definitely hear noises from behind these two doors here, but the ones on the left here sound quite quiet. You can't hear anything behind those two.
I'll just, I guess, tell Trip that those doors sound quiet, and maybe we should try those first.
Yeah, we should try those first.
Okay, so do you just open both of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this one here just sort of opens up into what looks like some storage. Doesn't look terribly interesting. It's mostly just like cleaning supplies, that sort of stuff. Very just sort of like general utility. This one opens up into a large garage, and behind which you do see two Humvees parked up here and here. They appear to be in good working order. They're not like in a state of disrepair. They're just sort of parked up and ready to go. And there is basically just a large roll down door at this end. You can sort of surmise this sort of comes onto the outside, obviously.
Does it look
And
like that room
is-
has like an internet connection to the private network? Or maybe would the cars have one?
Ooh.
For
Good
some
point.
reason.
So yeah, you come inside and you see that there's like workbenches like along the side here, and whilst they aren't terribly technical, yeah, you are more than welcome to check out the Humvees.
Are there keys on these workbenches?
You look around, and you do actually find. Actually, you know what? I really wish there was that. I wish there was like an investigation skill. Can you both roll me awareness again?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, you know, I'm going to sort of take Shade's one from before because it feels a bit dickish just to like use that just for listening. Yeah, so I'm just going to say, yeah, you do actually manage to find. Whilst they're not open, there is a secure locker, like wall mounted here on the wall, which looks like about the right size for like a key for keys.
Does it look like it's alarmed?
No, doesn't look like it has any electronic alarms on it.
Cool. I will force it open with my cyber arm.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an attack with your cyber arm.
Oh, fucking hell, I have no idea whether or not I've got it built in.
Have you not?
Let me check.
Yeah, I can't remember what.
I have not. Sam, what is the cyber arm attack?
Cyber arm attack. There's one.
Cool.
It might have come from fuck.
Fuck. Well, I think you have slightly more. Yeah, you did. You've got like a hydraulic rams and stuff.
The
Like
the double damage isn't actually in the.
oh, is it not?
It's
Oh, of
just
course.
So
Okay,
it's-
yeah, so it's just normal 3d6.
normal cyber. Hang on, normal cyber arm.
It's 1d6 plus 3.
Yeah, that's the power fist that's doing that for me.
Of course.
It's a pretty bad example of a cyber arm.
Yeah, you just like fuck. You just fucking.
No problem. Insane.
I can't remember. Yeah, what is it? What did you say you saw it? What it was?
Yeah, it's 1d6 plus 3, I guess,
Okay,
plus
1d6.
melee as well.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, just I'm gonna say you're not gonna have to roll for an attack because you're gonna hit it. Just roll 1d6 plus 3. See how much damage you do.
Oh, fucking hell.
Okay.
Plus your melee.
That'd be a plus. Do you have
Plus 1.
plus 1? Okay, yeah, 10. Yeah, no, that will do it. Yeah, that'll do the damage for the boss
I like the
open locker.
cyber arm at some
So you
point.
make a very satisfying like smash into the locker. It sort of crumples it inwards, and you manage to sort of basically break its hinges enough that it falls open. And yeah, you find 2 sets of keys in there.
Excellent. I'm gonna just give Shade one of the keys and just be like, drive us out of here. Oh, fucking hell. Right, so first off, does it have GPS tracker on it?
You would probably imagine so, yes.
Would I, being a techie, know where to find it? Easily.
Probably. It might take you a while because it'll be something that's just buried in there into the actual chassis of the car. It's designed not to be able to be easily removed.
Okay, Shade, can you deactivate it from a techie point of view?
Can I interface with one of the cars?
Yeah, roll me interface.
Yeah. What? That's shit.
Yeah, you're able to interface with it. You can see that these are quite advanced vehicles, so they even have like neural links and things like that for people. So unfortunately, the security on it is really quite good. It doesn't sort of alarm or anything like that to your presence, but you are able to tell that it is definitely tagged and not easily or quickly sort of just taken out. It's not just like a box sort of screwed into the underside.
Yeah. Can I also tell if it's connected to the rest of the private network?
Yeah, I would say so with that roll that you can. You don't have any, but unfortunately you don't have any sort of necessary clearance to get in, and with that roll I wouldn't say that you've cracked into it, but I would say you are on the system for like just be able to like communicate with other sort of like things in the system, like other sort of security personnel and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
Can I tell what range it is from that roll? What range it would have if we were to, I don't know, drive off with it?
Oh, what do you mean? Like what?
Like how far can it go away before it stops being connected to that network?
Difficult to tell. You know from your general knowledge of electronics that, I mean, if it's satellite, it could theoretically be anywhere in the world, and particularly the GPS will definitely be like worldwide.
So it is really tempting to steal these Humvees.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
As soon as you saw like cars, you just got like sidetracked.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. I'm gonna like chuck a set of keys to Shade.
What if we just take one of the Humvees and
Yeah.
and then we'll just keep driving until we can figure out how to deactivate the tracker.
I'll chuck him the keys. Still the Humvee, but I think we should probably carry on looking for, like, actually looking for
Oh yeah, the reason we're here.
Bridget. Was it Bridget?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can never remember her name. So I'm gonna chuck him with like, you go and look. You go and take that. I'll fucking have a look for her.
Yeah. So I'll probably just spend some time like trying to work my way into the tracker.
Okay, we're coming to like probably a good sort of finishing point for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna spend some time trying to deactivate one of these trackers.
Okay. All right. Roll electronics. It's like a general electronics roll. Oh fuck me. Okay, you managed to find it. You are probably. I'll say what you're able to do is. You are able to sort of isolate it and. I'm trying to think of the best way to like word this. Like,
can I trick it?
yeah, I'm thinking you're not able to just.
I can't deactivate it, but I can trick it into thinking it's somewhere else.
Yeah, potentially. Like, I think that more likely because I think it wouldn't just sort of straight up switch off. I think if it did just straight up switch off, that would be more.
That would be worse.
Disturbing.
That would be way worse.
And that would be
yeah.
very obvious. So I think you realise that the best way to go about it is to try and dupe it. So you're able to just sort of give it like a bogus sort of like signal to follow.
Yeah, and I imagine that would probably
transmit.
take a while.
Yeah.
So I guess that would just leave Trip wandering around this secret area on his own.
Yeah.
You also know with electronics that should the system reboot, then it might reset a lot of these things automatically because these sort of settings are hard baked into the system of the car. So if whatever it had to reset or reboot, it might suddenly find its signal again.
Okay, that's good to know.
Just because you rolled very well.
Yeah. It's only slightly terrifying.
I don't really know what to do right now.
I mean, I think luckily you've got a uniform on, so I think you can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking wander around looking for, going to like the other room that was
Alright.
was quiet.
Well, I think we've done the quiet rooms.
Those were the two quiet ones.
Okay.
Okay.
There was.
Oh wait, shit! That was a really good awareness. Shay did. Okay, so you hear quieter noises coming from this one, which probably makes you think there's less people in that one. But you can hear a lot more just sort of general sort of bustling about in from the lower one.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the one that has less bustling about in.
Okay. You walk in. How are you going in?
I'm just gonna go in kind of casually, not like super like bursting in or super sneakily, just like in a kind of an okay reasonable rate to be going into a room.
So, as you
Sprints
go in,
into the room.
He says in a really vague way.
He says in a very, very vague way. You open the door and you are faced with
An auction.
it's dark. There's lots of sexy lights going on. No, it's a lot less sex. What you see in front of you is, for all intents and purposes, a cage, and in there are just a lot of rather sorry-looking people. There is a few. There's sort of quite a lot of young women, quite a lot of young dudes, but you also notice sort of some older men, some older women. There seems to be a fairly good cross-section of people, but there definitely seems to be more young men and women than others. And you actually notice...
Is Bridget there?
Who's Bridget?
Oh shit, I thought I did a token for her. Fuck. Never mind. Yes. Yes, there is. So as you come in, everyone's sort of like has just been sort of whimpering and just sort of like generally feeling a little bit dejected and sorry for themselves. And as you come in, that all sort of quietens down as people sort of look up at you. But as sort of the lights turn on and you look on what's in front of you, Bridget sort of jumps up to her feet, and that's how you notice her, because she like jumps herself out of the crowd and sort of runs to the cage and just sort of goes like, "Oh my fuck, Trip, what are you doing?"
I'm going to be like, none of your business. Like, try and pretend that I don't know who she is, even though she obviously knows who I am, but I'm not going to be like friendly to her.
Okay.
Are there any keys that are like nearby so I can get into the cell or anything like that?
Yeah, there's some on the wall there.
Right, I'm going to grab the keys to the cell, open it, and go, "You're coming with me," and then go close it and relock the cell.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Whilst this is going on, I'm going to like. Has Shade driven off yet, or is he still in the car?
Oh no, I'll still be waiting.
Okay.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
going to go take Bridget to Shade and put her in the car with Shade and get Shade to drive away.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, you take Bridget over
I'm
there.
going to close the
and-
gate behind her.
And so yeah, so Shade is driving off with Bridget, and you're just sort of like waving them off. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's okay. Sure. And I think that seems like a good place to leave it there.
Okay.
I mean,
I do have another plan as well.
fucking objective achieved, boys. We did our job.
Fuck. I mean, yeah, that got really to the heart of the matter there.
Yeah.
I mean, we morally we're fucking bankrupt. But who gives a fuck?
Well, no, my
most
plan was then to,
importantly-
after she's gone, come back
Okay,
and
yeah.
let them
Like,
out.
if you had any other plans, so yeah, just yeah, go for it.
Yeah, my plan is to like come back after and like after she's gone, and then like let the others out. But after she's like cleared, so I don't need to then worry about like the distraction of other people running about. So like we've accomplished what we needed to first, if this makes sense.
Yeah.
And then like now we don't need to worry about like causing a problem, because fuck it, who cares now? We've done what we needed. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So I think we'll leave it with the bit of you at the point where you're like opening the gate to the rest of the onwash masses in
Cool.
in the cage. But we'll leave it there for now.
Sweet.
Yeah, very good, very good.
I saved a lady. I'm the best.
You did. You're learning slower than I thought.
Good job, buddy. I'm just gonna put a word in there for that jukebox for us. I'm pleased with that.
All right, good job, team.
When I say that, the bottle of wine I drank might have contributed to my
Well, I've uploaded a thing I made, by the way.
uploaded the thing you made.
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. So. Yeah, Dad Boy. Bronwyn was gingerbread. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's go with yeah.
Advir's what I'm most proud of, to be honest. Advir's what I look at and I'm like, it's so perfect.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've always when I saw Endgame, I remember
Yeah.
thinking that's what I've always been thinking. That's what I've always wanted.
It's so perfect.
I can, Richard, you're the mastermind of this sharing this god awful mess on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Make an effort to share that odd arrangement next time we put up a D&D video.
Yeah. I will do that.
Alright.
I'll just leave it on the screen all the time so that people know who's who.
I'm okay with this.
I think that was. I really enjoyed that session.
That was very good, yeah.
That sounded
It was very good.
surprisingly, effective.
Yeah, actually,
We
especially
didn't
given,
kill anyone.
I know. Yeah, there was no murder, there was no combat, but actually,
no.
still really enjoyed myself.
I don't
mean,
know.
there's
No
still
combat. I
some
fucking
vibe.
wailed on a goddamn.
We
key
did what
safe.
we were
He
meant
punched
to
a
do.
fucking punched that fucking key safe.
I mean, if I'm honest, Doc Robb's got the DJ, so he was just happy at that alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I did cut out Mr. Smith though, so
Oh yeah, we're very happy about that.
Does it count as combat if they want you to do it?
it's the closest we got.
I mean, it could go a million different ways, but there might very well be some combat coming up. I'm sure.
I have
And
no doubt-
Shade's already gone.
I have no doubt this is going to end badly for everyone who's.
The bus.
I think at this point it's probably just escape with as many prisoners as possible and don't die.
Yeah.
But we need to kind of share that information and get there, but we will.
This is the sort of music that used to be playing when Larry does Fish Eye Express.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see the next session when Shade's just gone. And I just get to sit and just listen to the madness. And occasionally roll like driving to not kill this girl.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Please try not to kill her.
My Google Home was listening. And he just went, I don't understand. I've just said I'm going to try not to kill this girl.
You said that?
My Google Home?
Oh right. Fuck.
Oh, my adverts are going to be weird from now
Mark
on.
Zuckerberg's been
That's
listening.
it.
Oh, no.
Google is reporting you to the police right now.
Shit.
Mark Zuckerberg and Donald Trump know what you're saying.
Oh well. I mean, if it got through the whole session and then it got mad at that bit, I was like, that's pretty good going.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good place to stop recording, probably.
Yeah.